Hi, this is Ken Schultz with Dasco Label, bringing you another efficient, money-saving solution. Here we have the Cab XD4 two-sided printer. This is a printer that will handle labels, tags, or sleeves. Currently we're printing a heat shrink sleeve. This is a two-sided heat shrink sleeve with a serialized number on it. Same number on both sides. This is great for wire identification. Print-on-demand applications, you can print these sleeves, fit it over your wire, and shrink it down. Okay, I have my supplies out. What we're going to be using here, we're going to be installing a cutter a little bit later on. We have a 3/16 inch 2-to-1 shrink tubing that we'll be working with today, as well as two black ribbons. One that'll be printing on the top, one that'll be printing on the bottom. The key to this is the ribbons are matched with the material. It's a resin ribbon, high performance to meet military specification. Very durable, withstands the alcohol rub test, eraser test, and will meet all of your military applications. First of all, what we're going to start with is we're going to take and we're going to install the ribbons onto the machine. We can install the top ribbon. This is a center justified printer, so the ribbon will be center justified in the middle. It will not be on the edge of the machine. We put the supply spool here. We wind it around the print head and wind it up on the take-up spool here. Once we've wound it around a few times, we want to make sure that both of our adjustments are snug to hold the ribbon in place. Now we'll grab the other ribbon, and the same thing for printing on the bottom side. We want to make sure we get everything wound up tight, get it close to center. When everything is in place, making sure that we're nice and snug. Now the ribbon is set up and ready to go, and we can move on to our stock. We have an externally mounted roll here, a simple little makeshift that we just did here with some PVC piping. And with our material, we are going to pull it off of our spool and bring it through these guides. These guides are adjustable for different widths of material. I like to use this for the external mounted to just help hold the stock in place as it's going through the machine. We're going to wind the product down through the path, and in here there's the internal guides that we're going to open up a little wider and make sure that the material is in between those guides. And right here is our material sensor that we want to make sure that is right over the top of the material there. If you need to adjust that, that can be adjusted by using our wrench, loosening up, and being able to move it easily there. Now that our material is loaded, we can lock down both print heads, and those are ready to go, and we're ready to install the cutter. This is the cab cutter. There are two different options with the cab cutter. There's a full cut option, and then there's the perforate option. This is the perforator cutter. This will do both perforations and full cuts. To install the cutter, we have two knobs here, and these two knobs, first of all, we're going to feed our material through here, and the knobs, there's little receiving holes in on the printer that we can take, insert it there, push the printer, or the cutter so it's snug in there, and down below there's a thumb screw that we can just tighten up until it is snug. Quick and easy install of the cutter, and it is ready to go. Now that we've got the whole printer loaded, we can turn the printer on and let it go through its startup sequence. The cutter will initialize to let you know that everything is connected properly there and cut off whatever material that you have extending out from the printer. What we're going to be showing here real quick is nice label. Nice Label is one of the software packages that we use to drive this printer. And with this package here today, we're using it to link to a database. So with the two-sided printer in Nice Label, we have a front side of the label, and on our front side of the label what we're printing out is a 2-letter prefix and then a serialized number, and this number will increment up by 1 along with a constant text field. On the back side we're printing out 2 lines. Our first line is coming from the database. Actually, both of these lines are coming from the database. This 100 is our from line and the AA-00 is our to line. Over here in the database, here we have our from, and these are the different variables that we can pull from. So each of these would be a different label. I've also specified a quantity here to show that we can have a quantity within the database if you would like to print out multiples of different labels. And we can set that number there, anything that we want. This is not a required field, but it is something that I just thought we would show today. So now that I gave you a quick preview of that, we're going to go in to print this label. And in here we've selected out and told the software that we want to select which records we want to print. So in here we can select out the different records that we want to print, and we can go through and print out anything there. So we're going to print 2 of the first label, then we're going to print 4 of this label. Then let's go down here, we'll print 1 of these and 3 of these. So we're pulling, I'm seeing quantity in each one of these here. Then I'm going to print out a blank label at the very end to get it to spit out an extra label. So once I'm done selecting which records I want to print, I say OK. Then it's telling me that I've selected 5 different options here, and I can go ahead and say print. And it begins printing out the labels that we need. So here we have all the different labels that we've printed. Starting with 1550 on the front side, counting up to 51, 52, 53, 54, and our fixed text field. On the back side, we have our information here. We printed out 2 number 100s, 4 115s, 1 165, and 3 180s. This is a continuous material to start out, but with this, we have set the length to be 1 inch, so this is all perforated. We have the option of doing a full cut or a perf cut. This is the perf cut. They can snap together. We can adjust the depth of the perf to make it easier or more difficult to pull apart. When we're done, pop them right open, be able to slip them right on the wire and shrink it down, and you're ready to go. Here's side 1, side 2, and we have full control over everything that we do with this printer. Nice easy shrink down after printing. You're going to get great durability, legend that will adhere right to your wire. Check us out at dascolabel.com or call us toll free at 800-927-7701, and we'll help you find the right money saving solution for your application.